What's the most romantic thing someone has ever done for you? Like, I asked the wrong person this question.
At the end of the day, social media, for me, it's not just fun, it's also business.
Yeah. Welcome to the very first episode of Love is a Game, where we bring on some of your favorite celebrities to dive into everything about love, dating, relationships, as well as answer some of your very, very juicy questions. While we also learn a thing or two on what would they do in certain situations. I'm your host, Kenna, and let's dive into today's guest. She's an influencer among influencers, a content creator, a model, and also a business mogul. We have Diana Eneje. How are you?
I'm good.
How are you feeling being here?
I'm excited because I barely ever do stuff like this.
Oh my God.
And I actually love to talk.
I'm special. So lovely to have you. So we're going to get straight into the questions.
Okay.
We'll move from there. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Yeah, very ready to answer. She hasn't seen the question, so
I have absolutely no idea what I'm here for. It's like, surprise, surprise, boom. So let's see what we've got going.
Get into it. Let's get it. So you have many followers. You have 1 million followers. You've been in the influencing space for a while. Would you say you have many friends?
Well, the thing is, I wouldn't say I have so many friends. I would say I have a few, and most times the relationship that we share is more or less like if you need me to be here for you, I will be here for you. If you need me to show up for you, I will show up for you. But I think the closer relationship I have is with my family. My lifestyle is quite reserved.
Yeah. Would you say that's like intentional, or it just comes with it?
I feel like it's what I grew into, is how my life structured itself.
Do you have a best friend, or?
I don't really think I have like a best friend. I think my best friends are like my sisters.
Okay.
Basically.
How many sisters do you have?
Two
sisters.
Jennifer and Doris.
Okay, shout out to Jennifer and Doris. Would you say you've had like a friendship breakup that you'd say like it touched you in a way?
I actually have.
Okay. Let's get into it.
I don't know if I've ever told this story before.
Let's hear.
I had like this little friend group. We used to be like best friends. We'd go shopping together. You know, she used to have daddy's money allowance each month, so we'll go shopping together. She'd be like, oh Diana, let's twin, let's buy this together. She loved black. We'll buy a lot of black stuff. So we're really close. During the weekend we can be like, oh, we're going to the mall to go shop, we're going to the movies, we're going to do this, going to do that. So obviously that was going to stir jealousy, because everyone's like, oh, what are they feeling like? You know, that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
You know, when you're this kind of person that's like me.
Okay.
So conceited.
You have to know who you are.
Okay. Oh,
Period.
Well. Oh, well.
Period.
Yeah, so people were generally just jealous of our relationship, and they actually put in effort to actually ruin it. So they went to tell her that, oh, Diana said this and then I said that about you, and it sort of made me feel really weird, because I'm like, you know that these are like people who are against us, and they come to tell you something and you just believe them. Like, how? And the other friend, I always used to give her advice. I used to tell her, oh no, don't just follow those boys. Those boys are not it. This, Me, I didn't date anybody in my secondary school, because I'm like,
they're not giving.
Please, I could give advice. That was probably wrong of me, because mind your business, girl. He's not a serious student. He's not neat. He's not. I always used to give this kind of advice, because I'm like, you're my friend, so I want to tell you the truth. So she felt like I was probably just trying to spoil her fun. She felt like I was probably trying to ruin her, you know. Both of them just had that combined, I don't know, discussion or whatever about me, and then there was just this one day that they went home without me, and it hurt me, because I'm like, how did you guys go home without me? We go home together. And
you kicked me out of the group?
Exactly, like this or that, and it hurt me. I cried. But even in other scenarios, it's just not so easy to find people that you bond with, and I would say I've probably not even put in such an effort, probably because I have sisters, so I already have friends. I think that was my first friendship breakup. Probably the only major friendship breakup I ever had.
It's important to just know yourself. Like, I can't imagine if I didn't have such a big family, life will probably be very different for me. Like, I find it easy to just be like, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
If you don't like me, that's okay. It's never that serious. It's never that serious. I think that also helps you to also just develop that confidence and self-love in yourself, because you're not constantly chasing after people.
Their attention and validation.
Exactly. You're not, and opinions. Like, it is what it is. When do you think is a good time to discuss finances in a relationship? And do you think it's even important in a regular relationship, or is it like when you get married? When do you?
From the part of the world where I come from, it's not really a conversation thing. Okay. You just know, right? And something about finances, first of all, it's a personal thing. You have to make sure that you are somewhere where you are stable. When you're looking out to be with someone who is also stable. If you have the mindset of going into a relationship because you want to depend on that other person for stability, that would be the primary reason for that relationship, and it would distract you and blind you from so many other things that you should look out for when looking out for a great partner. So when your finances are okay, you're good by yourself, you can take care of your own. When you're looking out for a partner, you would also want someone who can do that for the person's self. And in this case, if it's a relationship where you want a provider kind of man, you are also open to not just exploring the part that's provider. You're open to exploring other sides, his character, his personality, and all of that stuff. The part of this, the part where we're from,
we're Igbo girls.
We're Igbo girls. We don't have these discussions. The doing like speak for itself.
The doings just
so. Yeah, you see how you move. You show us how you move. We don't really have to sit and discuss the finances.
Period. Like she said, it's important to also have your own. There's nothing like creating a life that you love for yourself.
Exactly. Being good on your own. It is so powerful. People don't realize how much power you hold when you're good on your own.
It makes it easy to just walk away if anybody's stressing.
Exactly. And people would even be scared to stress you because they know that if they do too much, you go sharp.
Bye. What would you say are like the top 3 things that you feel are extremely important when it comes to who you decide to partner with? And this is you personally.
So me personally, if I would give advice, I would say you should look out for someone who speaks your language. Language, I don't mean like English, Yoruba, Hausa, but someone who speaks your language. That is so important. And when it comes to speaking your language, someone who understands you and someone who you also understand. It takes an effort to actually get to understand somebody, because 2 of you might meet as total strangers, but that effort is so important. And when you take that effort and you guys actually understand each other, it creates an actual bond. I'm sure the scientists have a name for the chemical bond that we call that. In relationships, it's not always going to be rosy. It's not always going to be, hey, let's go on a trip. Hey, let's say he. It's not always going to be all of that.
It's not.
And as time goes by, there would be you would face real life together. All soft and sweet, because I know that's the part that's sold to the internet, and that's now the part that so many people think is always going to be about. And when you have someone who understands your language, you both will be able to go through whatever situation, whatever problem, whatever challenges properly and together, and it would not ruin the love that you both share for each other, because you both understand
each other. That's one. Or that's 2.
I would say someone who also shares similar goals with you. Goals, beliefs, because let me tell you, it's things like this that cause problems in relationships. When A thinks that things should be done this way, and B is like, no, where I grew up, this is how this. My mother was a strong black black woman.
Bye.
She walks. You might be a soft daddy's girl, and you're like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Similar goals, similar beliefs. Personally, I look out for someone who shares similar beliefs religiously, because I am big on my religion. I believe so much in my religion. So I'd like to
just check in Christianity.
Yeah, Christianity.
Okay.
So someone who also shares similar beliefs, because we're going to be building a family.
Yeah.
There's a way we're going to raise our kids.
See, she's thinking.
So you're not just looking at the now when you're looking out for these things. Many things that you actually have to look out for that are for the future, even though there are things that you might not see right now. You don't want those things to be what would dissolve your relationship in the future because you did not pay attention to them. So at the beginning, even if those things might not play such a big role, you also pay attention to those things in the beginning. For me, I like a kind of man who likes to be in charge. You know how they say men have ego, men have ego. I like a man that has ego and respect for himself, dignity and ego. I feel like there's an ego that comes with being a man.
Yeah.
The leadership role that you have to take. I want a provider, you know, because
can't put me on that boat. Put me on that boat.
I've always been so independent. Even in a relationship, there's so many things that I would do for myself, and it's like, you did that. My partner would be like, you did that, you really did that for yourself, because I'm so used to doing things for myself, right? But regardless of that, there has to be, personally, because I can do a lot of things for myself, I like someone who can even do more, who can cover the areas that I can't cover. I want you to be the head. Do you understand? I'm not dragging. Yeah, please lead me.
But they have to know where they're going to lead you.
Exactly. So that is so vital. Someone who sees the future, someone who always plans.
I love you, planners.
Someone who always makes the plans, right? Because if you don't make the plans, I will make the plans.
Yeah, you might not like the plans.
Exactly. And you might start to see that because I am the one making the plans, it looks like I am the one leading you. To be a proper leader, you need to always know how to make plans.
Yeah.
You can involve me. I support you with decision making and all of that. I suggest to you, but you know, always be like the initiator, and you know, come to me for advice. Or do you think we should do this way? We plan together, but you always have to be in the front of that as a leader. I always say, like, when I'm married right now, I'm always a baby. I'm always your baby. How would you take care of your baby? Would you do that to your baby? I'm just a baby.
I was asking that question. Would you do that to your baby? Would you?
Literally a baby. You get me? So I want someone who's gonna always take care of me.
Sorry, she's a baby. How important is physical attraction? Do you outrightly go for this person has to be my type to the T?
There's something funny that me and my sisters, we always say. We say we don't like fine men.
Wait, before let me not say something that they'll carry.
Honestly, wait. I feel like I don't want to be. I don't want my words. Yes,
to be
I don't want my words to be picked.
Yes.
But I feel like there's so many other things that I look out for. Obviously, I'm not supposed to look at you and be like, because me too, I'm a fine babe. I take care of myself, and I feel like taking care of yourself shows a certain level of discipline. So I would like a man who takes care of us. I like a man who takes care of himself. Because I take care of myself. I feel like it shows discipline and love for yourself.
Exactly.
When you actually take care of yourself. I'm not about to say, oh, I want a man who he has to be dark chocolate with blue eyes. I think it's when you actually face real life, you realize that the people, it's not about being.
It's not about that.
It's not about all of those stuff, because you'll meet people like that will disappoint you.
Like, what makes you fine is, oh wow, you thought about me. You just start looking fine, even fine.
Because women, when you like carry yourself, it speaks to my femininity. It's just that synergy, masculine, feminine. You know, it just speaks to me. I look out for your character, your personality, your sense of humor. Obviously you have to look good, take care of yourself, and all of that stuff.
Period. See, she's smart too. You put, I pity for you. Better get paper and pen and start learning. Okay. What's the most romantic thing someone has ever done for you? It's like I asked the wrong person this question, because if you follow her on Instagram, you will know that we're not the same. Okay.
From when I was a young girl, I've had people actually do quite cute stuff for me. But the most recent one was last Valentine.
Oh, hello. Some of us no get.
See this one? It was last Valentine, and I was totally not expecting that. I mean, now I'll probably be expecting stuff like that, you know, but I wasn't expecting that, you know. When you walk into a room and then there's like balloons and then there's roses and then there's a cake and then there's like a box, a Dior box. I'm like, I wasn't like my hair. Give me a minute. Let me brush my hair, please. Let me look cute, because I was not expecting it. It was so cute. It was so thought out. I love when gifts come with like cute notes, and you know, it just shows that
intentionality.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love someone who is just like thoughtful, and that was, I had a real thought out experience. I've had a couple more of those experiences, but yeah.
Some of us, we cannot relate. Well, we're just living through Diana, as you can see.
Let me not talk.
Please.
Let me not expose Kenneth.
Today is a day. Don't try me today. Would you rather find true love today or win the lottery next year?
True love is actually the lottery, because this day
we're talking about $1 billion.
$1 billion. I'll pick true love. Whoa. And maybe I'm such a lover girl. Like, my true love probably is a billionaire in dollars now. What is a win is a win. You know, you can use one stone to kill two birds. So how do they say
kill
that?
Two birds with one stone.
Kill two birds with one stone. Exactly.
Okay. Have you ever been in a long distance relationship, and do you think long distance relationships work?
I have actually never been in a long distance relationship. I almost dabbled into one, but I just
escaped.
Yeah, because I mean, personally have such great personality, so I feel like that was a reason not to. I feel like it takes a certain level of commitment that is very, very scarce in this time and day. See, people used to go to war and write letters.
My dear, now one text they cannot send.
People used to go to war and write letters. Like, think about it.
Bruh,
you're dying. You're dying. People are dying. Like, it can work, but the dedication, the commitment, and all of that that's needed for it is really scarce. If you both have that, it can work. I don't believe in long distance forever. Like, always.
What's
apart.
that one? No,
I don't really.
That one is no more relationship. So we've been seeing on your socials here and there that you've been doing some chefing and cooking.
Oh,
it's not easy. She was like, what am I about to talk about?
I'm like,
So would you say cooking is how you show appreciation in relationships, or like do you have other ways that you show appreciation?
Well, I wouldn't say cooking is a way that I show appreciation, because I barely cooked for anybody. Like, I've probably cooked for somebody like once or twice. Maybe I've had partners who just never really expected that of me. You know, takeout is fun, going out to the restaurant is fun, you know, like all of that is fun.
Me out of the kitchen.
But lately, like, going to the kitchen to actually just make something is actually really fun. And I sort of enjoy doing things for the people that I care about.
That's facts, you guys. I just have to pause you there, because that's facts. For my birthday, Diana gave me the cutest present ever. I just want you guys to know that I'm special. And so if she has not done that for your birthday, I'm so sorry. I can't relate. So yes, I know that she loves to show appreciation to people that she cares about, and then she cares about me. Yeah, please go on.
So yeah, like, I just enjoy like doing things for the people that I care about. Like, it could be something really little, it could be something really big. It could be like, oh, I'm going out, or I'm coming to visit you. Let me just pick something here. Let me just do this, do that. And lately, I've started enjoying doing things in the kitchen. It's just like my form of arts and crafts. Like, you know, when you're cutting things. You know how back then we used to use scissors. And this and that. Now doing things in the kitchen is like my arts and crafts. So I'm just launching into that era. Maybe I'll open a Cook with Diana, you know.
You heard it here first. Please, Cook with Diana is coming.
You know, it's gonna be like a soft girl cooking, because we're learning on this job. But we never used to do this before, but we're learning on the job, and you're gonna learn with me.
Please, I want to learn. No, some of us don't know how to, but I will learn. You'll see me in the kitchen. So once she launches her cooking,
I'll invite you.
How are you doing so far?
I'm doing good. I'm actually having so much fun.
Okay. How do you think people keep romance alive in long-term relationships?
always just try new things.
Yeah.
You can wake up today and be like, oh, let's just paint something. People might have busier schedules that might not allow them to, you know, just be doing this and taking trips and doing that. But it could be something, it could be as little as watching an interesting movie together or playing card games. I play card games. I
do that
love
too.
card games. Oh my God. I'd recommend card games because I feel like it just
yeah.
helps you get to know your partner even more. There are certain questions that come up in these card games that would just probably not
come to you to ask. Yeah.
So you both should just keep experiencing life together intentionally. Always know that this person is your person. So every single day, always try to do things for that person. It could be checking up on that person, reminding that person that I love you. You know, in long-term relationships, sometimes it might be easy for you to actually just forget that, you know, how you used to do in your early days.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but just keep do random things. You could just get that your partner a random gift, come back home with a stem of a rose. It's just random things. It doesn't have to be something so wow or something that would cost you so much, but just always put in that extra effort. Keep doing your best because this is the person that you actually care about, probably the person you want to spend the most of your time with. So just keep.
See, Diana is a lover girl. She's a lover girl. That's something one very old lady told me is also be kind. Like always ensure to always be kind. Like it's so easy to take the person you're with for granted when you've stayed with them for a long time. But like she was like, that's the person you should be kindest to.
That
so
is
it's very important.
So real.
Say like at this stage in your life you're open to a very serious relationship that could lead to marriage. How would you say you're feeling?
I would say that I am feeling like I am open to something serious, and that has been how it has always been. That sounds so long. It has always been that way for me, right from when I was younger. I think it's sort of the training that my sister gave to me. Right from when I wanted to start dating, she would always be like, well, are you really sure? Like, are you sure you really want to date him? Like, you know, you're look at you now.
Period.
She hyped me up and be like, are you sure?
Period.
So I always took relationships seriously. Honestly, I never really just played about it. Yes, because it's a beautiful thing to find someone that you genuinely love and someone that genuinely loves you. And there's never really a specific time that it says this is the time and this is the age. Some people find their lifetime partners when they're so young. Some people find their lifetime partners when they're so old.
True.
So it really depends on what however way it happens for you. But I've always known that I've always wanted something serious, and if I've ever been in a relationship, it has been serious. It has never been just let's just
just see.
The way I hold myself, I'm too precious. You can't
just give yourself out to anyone.
I love myself so much. So if I'm sharing myself, my time with a person, it just has to be serious. I don't play about myself. So.
Period. So better don't play about her. The question I wanted to ask, may I not forget it because it wasn't here. But
may you remember it?
May I remember it? Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
So obviously you're in the public light or constantly being watched, whether you like it or not, that's just what it is. How are you able to balance in a relationship and being in the public eye?
I feel like even people knowing that I'm probably in a relationship is a lot, because I have always been the kind of person that when it comes to relationships, it's out of the social media. My social media is just about me and nobody else.
Period.
That has been how it was. And so even me like giving people hints like, oh, I got roses today, or oh, I bought this, or I did this, or that's even me even doing like more than what I would normally do. But then again, I feel like in as much as I always want to share things with the public space, I understand the people I am with. People often even ask me, oh, you don't post your family members as much and this. I'm not going to start posting people that do not want to be posted. Not everybody wants to be up on the screens for people to be making comments about and this and that. Thing is, a lot of times relationship content sells. So when you're a content creator, it's tempting for you to want to, like, because if tomorrow I start doing relationship content, my views are going to like skyrocket because that's what the people want to see. But the thing is, if I'm not with someone who's interested in that, I'm not about that. At the end of the day, social media is, for me, it's not just fun, it's also business.
Ego, businesswoman.
That's the job I do. Come on.
Do you feel like you've been in any situations or relationships where you had to kind of reduce or hide yourself so that the other person doesn't feel a type of way?
I've actually been in that. There was this one time I was in, I mean, this person was supposed to be my friend, and then we ended up kind of being in a relationship. I feel like that's sort of how it happens sometimes. I understood that we were in the limelight, and we both had dreams to chase. We both had to do this, do that. And that was not really the kind of relationship I wanted. I'm someone who's in the limelight. After I'm done with all of this, I want to just have like peace and quiet and cuddles. I just want to enjoy like real life. So in that scenario, I had to break up because I felt like we were both in our chasing phases where we had our dreams to chase. We had so much to do. I felt like relationship was not going to be priority at that time. Honestly, I was so young, but I'm so proud of myself for that decision. It felt like I could see the future. Right? My next relationship after that was like my first actual relationship.
Self-love and femininity. Because you have a lot of things. You're running your brand. Being an influencer is not easy. Content creator is not easy. Being a model, all of these things are a lot. You obviously work a lot. So how do you balance being able to take care of yourself internally, still put, because every time I see you, you look put together. See, Diana always looks put together, period. So how are you able to just like balance all of that? And I know you have so many other things you're doing that people don't even know. So how are you able to balance all of that?
The thing is, in as much as I get to work a lot, I allow myself to be lazy sometimes. In fact, maybe a lot of times. I give myself those breaks. I listen to my body a lot. I feel like listening to your body is so important. Actually, like I listen to my body a lot. I know when I have the energy to do like a marathon, and sometimes I do the marathon, I do the sleepless nights, I do this, that. Sometimes I overwork myself because my body can take that at that time. And other times I just chill, like I just let it be. And I actually quite enjoy my job. My job also allows me to do some things that are like essential for lifestyle while working.
I feel like this is a question that a lot of people want to know how to handle, especially with relationships, especially in friendships. How do you handle jealousy? Okay,
let's put it first in a case that I felt like I am feeling jealous. So I'm
fantastic.
Person, that's why I believe in my beliefs so much. I believe that everybody's timing is different. I've seen it in my own life. My life has not followed the pattern that the regular pattern or the pattern that it should follow. It's been so different and it's been so amazing.
That's it.
Do you understand? So my life is not just going to follow the same ABC. Like exactly.
Everyone is different.
Exactly. Everyone is different. So having that understanding makes me know that my things would always come to me. So, and again, something that I feel like people don't really do often is counting their blessings. The more when you start to count your blessings, it stays on your mind that you are blessed. So you don't now see somebody else's blessings and start to question if you're blessed. You actually know that you're blessed because you count your blessings. Wake up in the morning and be like, wow, why do you have 10 pairs of shoes? That is so nice. Oh, that I did my lashes today. Wow. Like let the little things about life excite you.
It will make you not focus on your own self.
Exactly, because you're constantly looking at other people.
Constantly comparing yourself also puts a cap on your potential. Because it's like, if you're constantly saying, this person has green grass, I want that green grass. Not if God has red grass for you that is better.
And oftentimes that now becomes a habit. Once you start doing that, it starts to become a habit. You start to compare yourself to other people in every area, and it never really helps because you would not be looking at your yesterday and trying to make today better. You'll be looking at other people's lives, and that's just not how it works. And then again, for when people are jealous of me, I'm quite aware that human beings and jealousy, it's nearly inevitable. So a lot of times I'm really cautious, in as much as I might want to be like this and that and that. I'm actually quite cautious of how I express myself around people, because I don't want it to feel like
you're bragging, or
I just got this and I'm rubbing it in your face and all of that.
100%.
I'm actually quite an emotionally intelligent person to an extent, and that doesn't mean that people would not get jealous, but that's just how I try to like
maintain it.
And when I notice that people are getting jealous of me, I just have to give them some space. Because it would have always been love from my end. I just have to take a step back and maybe leave you to now realize that, oh well, this is not the way to go. But regardless of, even when I take a step back, it's still love from my end.
Would you let your friend date your ex?
That would be weird, but I would never stop that. It depends on the level of friendship though. If we were like really close friends, I think that would be weird. If we're not like really close friends, then
why not?
Why not? I wish my ex well. If you have a well, I wish him, then so be it. But if we're like really close friends, like maybe like best friends, or I just think that it might be a little weird. But you know, some things, life happens in ways. We need to know the context in which this happens. Life happens in many different ways. There might be some story behind it, and it now makes sense. But if it's just plain out like this, I think it'll be a bit weird if the person is like a really close friends.
No, I was like, were you eyeing him when we're together, or what's going on there? Other thing is, how do you feel about your friends being very close to the guy you're currently seeing, or someone you're in a relationship with?
Depends, because sometimes maybe you met your partner through your friend, but personally I just think we should all just be in our I feel like there's a certain level of respect you should have for your friend's partner. That's how I see it. There should be boundaries. Boundaries are so important, and I feel like boundaries are things you should discuss with your partner now that this person is your partner, not your friend, because you're not going to tell your friend, don't talk to my man. Your man is the one that's giving her gist.
How about if your guy has a best friend that's a female? What do you think?
Why are you having a best friend as a female when you have me? I'm your bestie, honey.
Please tell us.
Like something you want to confide in someone.
As you do.
Why not me?
Why not me?
Come on.
I can't shout. You be saying things today. Can you date someone from a different tribe? Does it matter to you? It's not that serious.
To me, personally, it's not that serious. I feel like I take values, because values are what can
make a person.
If we have similar values, we agree on certain things, similar beliefs. Of course, I don't think tribe is like I have to date someone from my tribe.
Do you feel like sex in a relationship is essential? Do you think being celibate is what people should lean more towards?
At the end of the day, like I said, we have to have similar values. We all can't have the same values. The way we were raised would be very different. The things that we deem as right and as wrong would be different. So you have to find someone that actually shares the same values as you do. You don't be with someone who wants to be celibate and you start to force them to have a sexual relationship with you. It's always just best that you find someone whom you share the same values with. It is beautiful, it is key, and it might be hard, but it's for the best, because you always have to know what you truly want. And if this is something that you truly want, you would have to wait for someone. And don't worry, that person would come your way. Don't just settle.
Don't worry. She said don't worry.
Because if you just settle, you find out that you're doing things that you don't want to do, and you would not be happy.
You won't be happy. Don't ever feel pressured to do anything you don't want to do. What's one thing you've learned about relationships? You can make it two, please. We're here for it. That you've learned about relationships that you feel it still echoes in everything you do now.
Something my mom actually taught me. How do I explain this in proper English? This is how my mom told me. You need to know when to blow hot I went to blow cold.
Okay.
That's like temperature, that's like degrees. So a lot of times you need to understand the person that you're with. Understand when that person is aggravated, and in that moment, don't now bring your own like, hey, you can show fire, I will show you times two.
It's true.
Nah, if you can be calm in that situation, be calm, and also teach that to your partner so that they understand that there might be a situation where you are the one that is boiling hot. That coolness that they bring would just salvage the whole situation.
Yeah.
So that's like one major thing that I've like learned.
How do you handle rumors as an influencer? I'm just starting and I'm already handling rumors. How do you handle rumors as such a big influencer? What do you do if you hear someone said this outrageous thing that isn't true? Do you have like, what do you do?
Well, everybody handles things differently. I'm the silent one. Like, I don't speak about it. That's my style. In fact, you might see my sisters in the comments of the post fighting for me. You might see my followers fighting for me. But me, a lot of times, I just ignore people, because there's a mantra I have: give them no clout, give them no power.
Okay. If
you're an influencer, you're about to be in the social space, the moment you give them clout, you give them power, and that will never stop. You won't take that power back, because they know that they have gotten your attention now. They're looking for the next thing to say, the this, the that, the that. So when you give them no clout, you give them no power.
Like mentally, you just don't feed into it and you're fine.
Because I understand that a lot of times these things are not true. And they're not even like, a lot of times the people who watch you, they also know the things that you're capable of. They sort of know the kind of person you are. Yeah. So if you have like an audience, you find out that your audience are even fighting for you. They're like, no, this, that. At the end of the day, it depends on the kind of rumor, because there's some kind of rumors that are like defamation and detrimental to your personality and all of that. That can be properly addressed. But you know, those going back and forth that people really do on social media, I'm not the type of person to do that. I like to. But if it's something that's like defamation or all of that, I would have it properly addressed. And that's it.
So anybody saying anything, you're talking to yourself.
Honestly,
she
like,
cannot hear you. So my final thing, because it doesn't make sense to have a whole Diana on my channel and not find out, is anything coming up that we should be expecting? Because you're always giving us wow.
That's how I
She
roll.
gives us wow.
I really tell you guys, it just pops and you're just like, oh my god, Diana. That's just how I like to roll. I don't really like to announce things. I just let you guys see it when it's out.
Okay.
I'm just about to turn 22.
You're about to turn what?
22.
God, when? I wish I was 22.
I'm just about to turn 22, but I feel like it's a different phase in life that I am in. I got my first big girl apartment. I'm doing like the interiors. You know, like, I'm just doing like that's the phase I'm in, and things that you guys are gonna see are gonna be around that phase. You obviously see stuff from my brand too, and
If you don't know Shine Cartel, what are you doing?
Like,
what are you doing?
Come on. Come on.
When are you sending me?
The lip gloss is right.
Just send me.
They're gonna be back in stock next week, so yeah.
So you will see me when I'm posting. See my lip gloss, please. Don't stress me. Just look at it and keep moving. Period.
Yeah.
If you don't use Shine Cartel, what are you using? No, tell me. There's nothing else. Your lips are crusty. I'm so happy to have her here. Like, let me not get overwhelmed, because I can't. Let me maintain my decorum as the host of today.
Yeah, maintain your steez.
My steez. You heard that? I'm maintaining my steez. Can't talk. Diana is on my channel. You can't. If you see me on the streets, don't be talking to me anyhow. Don't cry if you. I can't shout.
Please,
I can't shout.
You've heard it here.
I can't shout. Thank you so much for being here. Has been amazing. You've shared a lot of wisdom. Like me, I've learned. See, what she said is, when someone is blowing hot, that's not your time to also blow hot. Also, be calming down. Two hot heads at the same time is not gonna get you anywhere.
Yeah.
So be calming down. Okay. Oh, thank you. I'm so happy. So So this comes to the end of today's first episode, and yeah, it has been amazing, and thank you guys for watching. And like they say, don't forget to subscribe, like,
hit the subscribe button so you get tuned to know when the next episode's gonna be out.
See, she's a pro. She's even closing out my chat. She's a pro. Comment and let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.